My name is Sochi and I'm going to show you how I sold $4,620 worth of thrifted clothing just last week. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sochi. I'm the Thrifted Mama here on YouTube and Instagram. I'm going to show you everything that sold the week of the 15th through the 21st. I'm going to have all my information on my computer, so when I'm looking down, that is what I'm looking at. Let's get started. I use Vendu to keep track of everything that I list, everything that I sell, so that is what I'm referring to. So this week, the total revenue was $4,621.41, which is crazy to me. This is not normal, I will say that. This has a lot to do with some teak sales. This week I did list a ton, so not normally the case. My total profit was $2,723.37, which is great. If I could do that every week, that would be amazing. But again, these are not my normal numbers, but it was really exciting to sell this much in 1 week. I did add on Curtsy, but for the most part, I sold the most items on eBay and Poshmark. That is not surprising to me because Mercari doesn't really do a whole lot. But I do enjoy when I sell things over there because the fees are a lot less. I'll share with you my top selling subcategories. Flats being the teaks, tops, jeans, pants, and dresses, all in the women's section. Top brands, so we have Teaks, Lululemon, American Eagle, Victoria's Secret, and Anthropologie. Not a surprise, I tend to pick up those items, and Teaks was obviously taking the cake because I had found 41 pairs of those, so that's not usually the case. I almost forgot to mention, I sold 121 items. I listed 234 items. My average sale price was $38.19. I will say that I listed a whole bunch because I do have someone drafting my listings. With her help, I have been able to list a whole lot more, so that has been really helpful, and I'm hoping to keep that steady state of about 200 listings a week. I do not want to go through every single sale, so I will show you a couple of my favorites. This still will very much be lengthy, so I will have timestamps within the video so you can kind of just skip around. I'm gonna start off with, oh my god, a bird just straight flew towards my window and hit himself. That scared the crap out of me. Okay. Anyways, starting off with Poshmark, I sold this Burberry Brit blouse for $27. This was a bins find, and I profited $16. Another thing I sold, Jimmy Choo leather boots. They sold for $179. I came across these at Savers. They looked very authentic, very substantial, really nice quality, and they sold for $179. My cost of goods was $25, so I profited $118, which is great. It sold within 1 day. Next thing that sold were these Alpine Stars motorcycle leggings. They were a woman's size large. This was a new to me brand, but I found these at the bins. When I grabbed them, they felt very substantial. I didn't even look them up. I figured I'd at least be able to sell these for $25. I was very surprised when I went onto Poshmark and saw that there were not many listed, but there were a lot sold around the $50 to $100 mark. So I listed them for $100. I got an offer from a buyer of $65 and I took it, so that made my profit $49.50, and it sold fairly quickly in 5 days. Next sale that I want to talk about is this 5-pair bundle of teaks. This is kind of nuts. I sold 5 of them for $406. My profit ended up being around $225, all of the cost of goods combined. Yeah, I was really excited to get this big of a bundle out the door. They got a great deal. I made some amazing profits, so very happy about that. Next thing I sold was this Fry white Western leather booties. These were really cute. I had these in a death pile for months, and they finally sold for full asking price of $90. That was really exciting. I want to say I paid just around $8 for them, so I profited $64. I'm excited for the price that it sold for. Next sale were these fried heeled booties. This is definitely a Bolo brand to look out for. I paid just around $12.50. I did send out pretty aggressive offers this day, so they sold for $45, making my profit $21.48. I wish they sold for a little bit more, but I have had these for a while, so I was glad to see them out the door. A super quick seller, this Chico's cardigan. It had a texture like wrinkled effect all over it. It was really nice. I found this at the bins. It sold for $29, making my profit $20.70. I got an offer from a buyer. I believe I listed this just around $35, so when they offered me $29, I was glad to accept. I have been testing out Chico's and I've been selling them consistently, so be on the lookout for trendier Chico's pieces. They do tend to sell quickly. Next awesome sale were these Ariat cowboy boots. These were a women's size 8. I found these at the bins and they were in excellent condition. I was so surprised that no one else wanted them. I was glad to snatch them up. I paid just about $3.50, making my profit $68.88. They sold fairly quickly in 5 days, which is super exciting, and yeah, definitely keep a lookout for Ariat boots. Next item that sold was this Calvin Klein cropped hot pink fleece logo athleisure plus size sweater. It was a 2X and this actually sold within 2 weeks, which is really exciting. I got it mostly because it was pink plus size. It was really soft. It was in great condition and it sold for $23. Can't complain. It was a fast flip and I will be looking at more plus size Calvin Klein. I profited just about $16.90. Next item that sold, this Ann Taylor houndstooth button up long sleeve ruffle top. It was a size extra large. I found this at the bins, sold for $18, making my profit $11.90. I love picking up Ann Taylor in extra large or bigger and more substantial pieces like blazers, some nice workwear dresses. Those tend to sell the best, but I couldn't leave this behind. It was in great condition and it was a part of one of my hauls where I found a bunch of Ann Taylor extra large items, so wanted to grab all of them, hoping that someone will bundle. I believe I got a lot of attention on most of them, but this one was, I believe, the first one to sell. An awesome sale, these teaks in, I can't even say this word, Tahitian? I'm so sorry. I have no idea how to say this word. Pearl metallic green ballet flats. They sold for $256, which is like blows my mind. I profited $183.28. This was an offer to likers from my Poshmark VA and I was really excited when it came through and got accepted. That was an awesome sale. Definitely keep a lookout for these specific colors. The rare ones definitely sell for a lot more. Next thing that sold, this Patagonia men's performance straight fit jeans. I love finding Patagonia. I don't normally find jeans. I think this is the first time I've ever found actual jeans. These sold for $30 within the day and I profited just around $19. I was excited to see that this sold so fast. I was very surprised. I feel like I priced reasonably, so I'm pretty sure with my 20% off offers to likers, it was accepted. It was even more reasonable, so definitely keep an eye out for the jeans. Next thing that sold was this Lululemon pack it down vest. It was in a size 12. It sold for $43. This is when I started sending aggressive offers. I believe this was like a 40% off or so. I found this at the bins and I profited just about $30. It sold fairly quickly within a month, a little less than a month. And yeah, Lululemon is definitely one of my favorite brands to find. I would have loved to keep this, but I have no use for it. Next sale I want to talk about is this LuLaRoe jegging jeans. They sold for $17, which is a little lower than most comps. I think they sell best between the 25 to 28 mark. I found these at a garage sale, I believe, and it sold fairly quickly. I profited just about $8, so not the best, but that does include the cost for the item to be drafted. I do not sell anything LuLaRoe, but I will pick up jeans in bigger sizes. I have yet to find jeans in a smaller size, so I think the bigger sizes do best. So definitely keep that in mind. Next thing that sold, these Madewell tapered cargo pants. They sold for $29. I found these at the bins, profited just around $18, and they sold fairly quickly within 6 days. They were this really pretty army green color. They're very trendy. Cargo pants are very trendy, very in right now, so I was excited to find those. Anything other than the skinnies, I'm like pretty excited to find. If I find the skinnies, I almost never pick them up now. Next thing that sold, these Rothy's honeycomb black knit loafers. They sold for $40, making my profit $24. I found these at Savers. I did pay around $8 for them. I wish that they had sold for just a bit more, but I did send out aggressive offers and they countered back. I took it and ran. Last thing I'm gonna share from Poshmark is this Playboy by PacSun sweatshirt. For some reason, I can't move a lot of PacSun quickly, but this sold very quickly in about 7 days. I can do math. It sold for full asking price of $25. I found this at the bin, so my profit was $17.50. Now on to Mercari sales. I sold this Athleta new with tags Elation train. I found this at Savers. I paid $8. It sold for $50, which was my full asking price. I profited just around $35. It sold in 2 weeks exactly, and I almost always pick up Athleta new with tags. I love picking up Athleta, and I definitely was not going to leave behind new with tags. I believe these were an extra small too. Yeah, they were an extra small. So the fact that they still sold for $50 in less than a month is very exciting for me. Next thing that sold was this Burton coat men's extra large. I think it was like a snowboard winter coat. It sold for $80. I found this at a garage sale, and I'm pretty sure the guy that was running the garage sale was a reseller and he was moving. So he had so many pairs of shoes, so much clothing. So I went to go check it out. I only picked up, I would say 4 to 5 different items, and they all have sold. So that was a great sourcing trip. So yeah, I paid $10 and I profited just around $59. It sold fairly quickly within a month or so. So very exciting. And I don't normally get that big of a sale on Mercari. Next item that sold, this Girlfriend Collective unitard jumpsuit athleisure activewear situation. It sold for $39. I found this at the bins. I profited just about $30 and it sold fairly quickly. My husband went into my Mercari and just started sending a whole bunch of offers. The regular leggings and shorts and sports bras don't sell for a whole lot, but I think because this was more of a substantial like full body jumpsuit, which is why it went over $35. So I'm really excited about that. Another awesome sale on Mercari, and the last one I'm going to share, is this Patricia Nash women's tote bag. Had calf hair, it was leather, it sold for $55. I found this at the bins. It just shocks me that like these nice things would just be out laying on the bin, and no, I'm like, are people watching me? Like, what is going on? It was in great condition. Sold for $55. The buyer was super happy and I profited just about $42. So that was a very exciting sale. Alrighty. I'm gonna go through a couple Curtsy sales. I have not sold a whole bunch on that platform, but this is definitely a platform that you need to look into. First thing that sold on Curtsy were these Lululemon run shorts. They were bright orange. They sold for $40 and I made just about $34, which is insane because that means the fees are just like non-existent. So again, if you are not on Curtsy, you need to get on Curtsy, especially if you sell Lululemon, any mall brands, Free People, Zara, like all that stuff, all that trendy stuff, you need to look into it. Next item that sold was this airy pullover sweater. It sold for $26 and I profited just about $21. Exactly. Just insane. Like only a few dollars less than the sold price, which is like, Poshmark could never. And this was super, super cozy looking. It got a whole bunch of sales. I don't know if you can see that, but 114 likes on an item. Like, what is going on? I don't know. I was shocked. I knew it was going to sell eventually. I was hoping, but yeah. Eventually did sell. Next item was another Lululemon item. This Lululemon perfectly oversized crew neck in Wild Indigo. It sold for $34. I did offer free shipping, which made my profit just about $22. It sold really quick within the day, so I was glad to accept that. Again, with the trendier styles, this Free People Can't Wait oversized slouchy drop shoulder sweater in cream sold for $34. I did offer free shipping. I found this at a swap meet for like $2, I believe. So I profited just about $20. Free shipping was kind of a thing that I kind of played with. I don't think it makes much of a difference because the buyer can actually go into your listing. Curtsy has an option as a buyer. You can actually offer the seller, if you cover shipping, I will purchase for full asking price, which I think is reasonable because most of the shipping is going to be $5 to $10 and that's what I accept anyways. So that's always an option if they want free shipping. And and I've gotten a few sales from that. So I don't think adding free shipping makes a huge difference in my opinion. Next thing that sold was actually the scuba that's in my thumbnail a couple of videos back. It sold for $81, and I believe I had the free shipping offer on, or they offered to pay full asking price and it ended up being free shipping. I don't know. Either way, I covered shipping and I still profited about $64. So I was very excited about that. All right, so we're gonna jump into eBay sales now. First item that sold, this Free People Nua tags, We the Free Angel tee. This was very slouchy, very oversized. It was a size large. I found this at the bins. I profited just around $21. It sold fairly quickly within 10 days. This bubblegum peach color was super cute and very trendy, so I knew that it was going to sell quickly. Next thing that sold, this Laurel Escada turtleneck virgin wool. It was vintage. It sold for $45, which was my full asking price. And yeah, I found this at the bins. It was bundled with some Versace items, some more Escada stuff. Definitely all vintage and old, and I profited just about $35 and it sold within a day. Next item that sold was this Zara twill. Next thing that sold was this Zara twill blazer with diamond buttons. It was a size extra large. I love selling Zara, but definitely keep a lookout for bloggers' favorites because this sold for a lot more than I expected. I expect them to sell anywhere between $28 to $35. This one, however, had been sold multiple times for like 190, 120, 85. So you know what? I was like, I have an extra large. There's no other extra larges. Maybe there was one other, but I definitely priced it lower than the other ones available. I listed it for $100 and I got an offer on eBay for $68. I was glad to accept because again, I expected this thing to sell for maybe $35. So almost doubling my expectations, and I was very excited about that. And I profited just about $48 from this blazer, which is awesome. A $48 profit on a Zara item. I couldn't ask for more. Next thing that sold was actually through the international shipping program. It was this, I don't even know how to say this, Peregrine Nua tags England wool jacket. I found this at the bins. I paid $1.50. It sold for $108 plus shipping. I profited just about $77 because shipping was a little bit more than what I charged. I believe I listed this sometime in August and it finally sold. I did expect it to take a minute since we are getting now into the colder months. So I listed it in the summer and it sold pretty much first thing in the fall. So can't complain that it took a minute, but yeah, turning $1.50 to $108 sale, very exciting. Next thing that sold were these Levi's wedgie straight high-rise corduroy pants. They were in the mahogany color. They sold for $30 and I profited just about $12.45. I did pay a little bit too much in my opinion to sell these for $30. This was an item I've had for months on end. I was glad to see the offer come through and have them out the door. This is definitely a style that I would love to find at the bins. I don't think wedgies sell for much. Everyone loves to say that wedgies and ribcage straight, ribcage style of Levi's sell great. For me personally, they don't sell for much more than, you know, American Eagle, a lot of the mall brands. So would I pay up for these again? Probably not, but I will 100% grab them at the bins every time I come across them. Speaking of bins finds, this pair of Madewell Petite Perfect Vintage jeans sold for $38.25. These were a 24 petite. I've even sold a 23 petite. They always sell for over $35 and I profited just about $29. Very exciting. It sold quickly. And yeah, don't sleep on the perfect vintage jean, even in the petite, very small sizes. Next thing I wanted to share with you guys is this Express Shorty Extreme Corduroy Pant Shorts. Corduroy shorts, not pant. These were super cute in my opinion, but they took forever to sell. I listed them last year in October, so yeah, it took a year to sell. They sold for $25, which is not bad, but I did offer free shipping, so I profited $13.57. I believe I found these at the bins, if I'm not mistaken. They just took way too long to sell, so would not recommend picking Express shorts up, even though they were cute to me. Next thing that sold was this Chico's New Tag Solid Solution dress. Knee length, it was a size 1, which is a 8 to 10 medium. It sold for $33.86. I found this at the bin, so I profited just around $23. It sold fairly quickly. It was a substantial work dress, so I wanted to give it a try, and I'm glad to see the outcome. Another awesome teak sale. This was in the sand snake color. They sold for $170 and I profited just around $111. This is definitely a colorway to keep a lookout for. Any kind of animal print, snake, cheetah, what is the other one? Camo did pretty well. Those kinds of prints tend to sell for a little bit more than your basic black, blue, pink, all of that. Next thing that sold was this Prana New Tags pant. I found these at the bins. They sold for $35 plus shipping, making my profit just around $27. I've had these for a while. I believe I listed them back in February. Prana is definitely not something I pay up for just because it doesn't have a fast sell-through rate, but I will pick this up at the bins any day. Next thing that sold was the Zara sweater dress midi ribbed knit mock neck dress. It sold for $21.42 plus shipping. I found this at the bin. I profited just about $15. Nothing substantial, but this is an example of something I like picking up from the bins. It is substantial enough being a dress, but the price wasn't too high. I did end up still profiting just about $15, which is totally great for my bread and butter items. Next thing that sold was this Talbot 16 petite dark gray wool blazer. It sold for $30 plus shipping. I did pay just around $8 for this, so not the best profit. I profited just about $11, but it did sell fast, so I can't totally complain. But I will probably stick to keeping my cost of goods $5 or lower. Talbot's blazers definitely are one of those items I will look up and most likely pick up because they do have a really good sell-through rate on eBay. So it did sell quickly, just not for the price that I was hoping for. Next thing that sold, this pure alpaca, 100% baby alpaca poncho. It was purple, abstract, really interesting, very boho, and it sold for $30 plus shipping. I found this at a Navy thrift store. I paid just around $3, making my profit $17. Ponchos just tend to sell best in the fall and winter season, so this was really cute and it sold very quickly. Next thing that sold, these hokas. They were an older style for sure. They were called the Conquest 2. They were in a purple tan green colorway. They were a women's size 7. They sold for $40 plus shipping. I found these at the bin, so my profit was just around $24. They were in great condition. I just had to clean them up a little bit, and yeah, I was excited to get that price. Next item that sold was this North Face Timber full zip light gray Sherpa jacket. Sold for $30. I found this at the bins. My profit was just around $20. And yeah, I like selling North Face jackets. The men's jackets sell a lot better than women's. The large and extra large sizes tend to flip quicker. So I'm really excited to see that sell for that price. So definitely keep an eye out for North Face jackets going into the fall and winter season. Next thing that sold was this Victoria's Secret Push-Up Dream Angels bra. This bra sold for $20, making my profit $11.41. I found this item at the bins. It sold fairly quickly within 6 days. And yeah, I love picking up bras. I will always pick up good condition bras. Next item that sold were these Santoni Derby leather dress shoes in size 10. I found these at the bins. They sold for $38. I profited just about $24. I did have the shipping a little less than it actually cost me, so I did have to use some of that money to pay for shipping. I have had these listed for a while. I listed them in December of 2022, so maybe I wouldn't pick up this brand again. I'm not sure. I was experimenting with different brands and clearly it took a minute to sell. Next item that sold was this Banana Republic Sand Wash Modal midi dress. It sold for $27. I found this at the bins and I profited just about $21. This was really soft. It felt like Soft Stream from Lululemon. Really nice to the touch. It was very sleek. Really nice. I thought it was high quality. It sold through the international shipping program. So yeah, I was excited to see that sale come through. Next sale was the Sam Edelman Hazel Pointed Toe Pump Stilettos. They were hot red. They were kind of like velour or a suede, I guess, is the best way to describe them. Sam Edelman is a great bread and butter brand for me. They sold for $29.75 plus shipping. I profited just about $14, which is perfect for me. They sold fairly quickly in about 6 days. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for Sam Edelman in trendier styles. They will flip pretty quickly, definitely on eBay. Next sale was this Ricky Freeman Sequin Floral Leopard Silk Blazer. It sold for $36 plus shipping. I profited just about $22. This was super exciting. I found it at the bins. I grabbed it and was like, someone's gonna love this. It was very, very out there, substantial, really cool. And yeah, someone did like it and it sold fairly quickly. Definitely keep your eyes out for more out there pieces. People on eBay love it. Next item is this Lululemon Base Runner joggers. This was an older style. It sold for $32 plus shipping. I found these at a Goodwill. I profited just about $22. And yeah, I sold quick. I didn't know what it was called, but I had to Google lens it, and eventually I found out that they were an older style. I believe that they were remade recently, but I definitely think these were the older ones. And yeah, don't sleep on older style Lululemon, especially joggers or substantial pants. They will sell decently well. Last thing I'm gonna share with you, because my camera is going to die and overheat and all of the things, is this Anthropologie Pilcrow teal floral long sleeve blouse. I sold this for $25 plus shipping. I profited just about $11.45. My cost of goods was around $6, so not amazing, but it did sell pretty quickly. I love Anthropologie brands, Pilcrow being one of the main ones. I would pick this up at the bins in a heartbeat, and just because I did pay a little bit more, I did profit obviously a little less, but I would do it again. It sold within 6 days, so can't complain, and it was a really pretty blouse. Please give this video a like and subscribe if you want to see more of me, and until next time guys, bye!